This day 2 of my video. Sorry about my closet. I cleaned out my closet. I got rid of a lot of stuff. Well, I haven't gotten rid of it yet. It's in a bag right over there. But, ooh, I like this lighting. This lighting is a lot better also than what I did. So, that's good. I'm still kind of figuring out lighting and film and cameras and how that works. So, just bear with me. Bear with me. Grin. What is a grin? Is a grin, do you have to show teeth in a grin? Or can it just be like, or does it have to be like what the, maybe can you grin with your eyes? Can you grise? I'm gonna start that. I'm gonna start grise. But yeah, so I'm filming this video again. This is day 2 of my attempt at vlogging, for lack of a better term. I don't really like that term because I don't want to be a vlogger. I've never really had that ambition. Maybe that's where this whole thing starts. Maybe this is just like another facet of my ambitions, to be more curious, more vocal, more of an advocate in a lot of ways, and more honest and open. I think, like, you know, it provides an opportunity for you to, if you choose to, you can be really vulnerable and raw and get out a lot of what's in your head, which I think is always beneficial for me. I have the tendency to be really in my head about a lot of things. I filmed like probably the worst cooking video in history. I had it set up in a way that it was just kind of this region and like some vague cutting motions maybe. Anyway, today I pulled from my box of random things to do each day. I'm calling them adventures, but they're not really adventurous. They're more so just like activities. But it's just kind of to give me a goal to do each day. And today was do a self-care thing, which can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So I'm gonna go get my hair cut. God, it looks really cute right now, which is stupid, and it always does. It always seems to look good when you're about to change something. And worst case scenario, if I don't like it, then I'll just shave it all off. But anyway, so just to give a little insight about what has kind of been going through my head recently, it's like I used to have so much chatter in my head all the time. Sort of like a lot of the what ifs, more related to food and my body and movement. And those things kind of preoccupied so much of my mental space and capacity, and that's what I based a lot of my decisions on. It's like, if I do this, then how much am I going to be able to move, and will there be food around, and will people have to see me eat, or will people have to comment on my body, will my body change because of this thing, whatever, however small that is. And that's exhausting. That shit's exhausting, and I want to be done with that. And I guess the more I think about it, the more I realize that it's like a baseless fear. Fear is there for a reason, and I should be grateful for it, but it also dictates a lot of my life, and I don't want to live in fear anymore. And when I think about some of those specific anxieties, they don't have fact base behind them. Something specific like an anxiety about calories and food intake. The recommended 2,000 calories a day thing is completely essentially just picked because it sounded nice, which is really, really fucked up, because that all bodies are different, and it doesn't make sense that we all require the same amount. And honestly, like, that's kind of a lower amount than what is scientifically proven to be the average intake level of people. So that's like just one example of something that I personally cling on to a lot, of like if you go above 2,000 calories or something, then the world's gonna end, or you're unhealthy in some way. But that's just not the case. I mean, it's like you base your decisions on literally nothing. It's kind of like health and wellness culture or whatever. It's like these things are rarely scientifically proven, and what we do, the ones that we do kind of live our lives by, if we just all woke up one day and decided that, hey, like that's 2,000 calories a day that doesn't hold any value to us, then it doesn't, and that's it. And we would be able to be more intuitive and figure out a different system that worked for us. And so I don't know, I mean, that's just kind of one example, but I think it's very interesting. And it's interesting how little water some of these things hold that we base our whole day and whole lives around. Just as those things are different from person to person, success is different from person to person. Levels of productivity and how you gauge that is different from person to person. One of the reasons why I want videos is kind of figure out what success looks like and means to me, because I feel like I've gotten so far away from that. And I don't know. So that's just kind of some food for thought. I'll update with whatever my hair looks like later. I'm thinking about going pretty short on the side. How does that look? I think this is just too much back here. It's just too much. It's all too much. Yeah, staying on a trajectory to reach your goals, I guess, like that gets hard, and when stuff comes up that gets in the way of that, like it can really be discouraging, and we always kind of receive all of that discouraging stuff as like reasons not to do something. And I don't know, my motivation specifically in my recovery has gone up and down, and that's normal, that's natural. And I need to keep pushing through the times where the motivation's not there. But I don't know, but I'm at a place now where I'm like ready to have that motivation again. And I think it's there. Like, I actively want to gain weight. I actively want to just have fun. I want to be able to make decisions freely. And my motivation it doesn't really come from within me. I don't know if that's like a problem that I have, but I have a really hard time like firing up motivation that's inside me. Like I am more receptive to external motivation, and that's rough. I mean, that's rough because I feel like I'm always just waiting. You can't just wait for the motivation to come to you or for something to inspire you. So I think that's what I want to work more on, is curating and developing my own motivation for recovery. Most of the days I hate my body. I think a lot of people are in that boat, unfortunately. Like, that's very, very common, is to just have such bad body image. If you are probably like body avoiding, you're avoiding looking at yourself, thinking about it. It can feel really disconnecting. I did get my hair cut, and I'm very happy with it. It feels so much better because it was getting really heavy and really hot outside. I drew my random thing from my random box, and I think I'm gonna do 2 today. Well, I already did 1, so I'm kind of cheating. But dance party, goth dance part for sure. And then buy an article of clothing that I would never normally wear. So I got a really cute little skirt. Let me go. So this is my skirt that I got. I think it's Brandy Melville. But I don't know that I've ever like actually bought a skirt before. Like, I just don't wear skirts. So this was new for me, but it fits me really well, and I'm happy to have it. So yeah, and then the goth dance party will definitely be happening later. And I will like try to film some of that to witness the full ridiculousness of it. It's almost 1 o'clock anyway, so yeah, we'll see you later.